Having a little bit of a look through the list of teams that have been able to sign up. I do see the likes of Hayes, but hold on a minute. We don't have time for that. We are already into our first game. Str1ve Esports versus Orion. Coming off, we do have Krugs. It's going to be a formation of a bunch of players setting themselves forward. It's inside, looking for that first strike. The Portuguese man gets his hands onto the ball, and it can already be the start of a counter-attack.
I'm going to be very curious to see how the meta has continued to develop across the time of the rematch. You know, the start of it was very just one-sided, put it into the box and instantly shoot, hope you win the priority battle, but it seems like it hasn't been the case here so far. Keeper doing a good job moving this one around field. We'll see it played up here. And as we find a quick interception back into the arms of the goalkeeper, looking for a teammate. I really like this here too from Orion, just using as much time to create and develop space.
Oh, and I didn't realize Ghastly was going to be on the roster. That's another incredible player for this Orion side, which does have me looking at them as the out-and-out favorites, but Porkzilla will look to change my mind. It's a wonderful pass inside. Trusky has saved it off that back wall. But a strike on, saved confidently by Leitao again, who's going to prove to be a very, very important facet in these 8.5 remaining minutes. He'll have to step forward, and distribution is put to the test. Every goalkeeper has to be strong at that in rematch. It's a beautiful through ball forward coming in from those wings. Vixie will look to try and take some space, but it's the first cut forward to beat Ghastly, and the first goal falls to Str1ve.
That's a great counter-attack there from Str1ve as well. The quick interception, playing it all the way downfield, and then just the patience of time. And by the time they were able to get that strike on, well, what can you do? It's very awkward. You have to predict, and it's a great way to get themselves on the board first here. Again, Orion using this goalkeeper advantage, making their way downfield. But look at this here from Str1ve. Just the man coverage, absolutely unrelenting, and it allows a takeaway like this again.
Okay, a start. Will grab hold on his own lines, and well, it's lucky they have double the time here. Otherwise, we'd already be approaching a halfway point, just a quarter of the game gone, and it's interesting to see how these goalkeepers like to play. Going very, very wide in this instance, just looking to try and find his man across. Porkzilla stretches that space yet again. We'll wait for those bazookas to the back wall, might go straight for them instead. It's in field, goes for that strike. Here's blocked off early, and now the counter-attack is activated. Vixie has lots of space. Porkzilla just about gets back in time. And now the ball is fully in his control, brings it back confidently to the goalkeeper. And that takes composure. That was almost the equalizer.
And that just really speaks level for why Porkzilla is a name that both of us recognize. Just the awareness, recognizing your keeper is caught out a little bit there, and just intercepting instantly, trying to run down Vixie here, and still manages to come up behind, picks the pocket there into the loving arms of Str1ve, and the Orion offense quickly fizzled out once again, Sir Pegasus.
Certainly has. And it's very slow moving from Str1ve coming out of defense. They want to make every opportunity as efficient as it can be. You see a lot of teams that often just send it forward and hope, but they've seen a bit of space there with Cracks in the corner, tackled quickly there by Kurdish. And that was a very, very tight back pass, but ultimately was picked up. Ghastly is going to play that sweeping defender role forward. But it's a great stop from Porkzilla initially, still able to catch it off that rebound. Trusky will look to double up in this corner, but that will leave some space open. Either way, they'll send it all the way back. That goalkeeper consistently going to be an option of safety for them. Ghastly will show up some of his dribbles. Kurdish grabs it on the wing, but that's a lovely intercept, and now all men charge forward.
Great back pass there as well to Str1ve. Finds the opening here on Hanuru. Trying to look for Truki there in the box, but instead it's popped away by Creed. Still hanging around here around the center line. Trying to get this back in. Ghastly instead just continues to just keep it out here.
They'll boom that ball forward, just give themselves a moment of calm, and if any intercepts and some high presses can regain possession, so be it. Str1ve's forced to put that ball down. You do have limited time to hold on in rematch. Porkzilla had some space by him, did so well to time his run. That pass inside, however, leaves a lot to be begged for in future. Still just 1-0 on the score sheet. Ghastly will try to use this opportunity to extend it.
Oh, quick pass coming up towards the box there. Vixie tries to get it in, gets the quick follow-up there as well. But again, it is denied there by Keystar. Great hands. We can see here from Orion, it looks like they're getting a little bit more desperate as this time continues to tick down. Putting 2 there against the keeper. It allows Crux a lot of room and space. So is Hanaru just creeping up this left-hand side. Plays this one back here to Porkzilla. Again, back up. Str1ve looking for options, looking to create an opening here if they can. It doesn't seem like Orion have too much pressure on the offenders here. And I love this back passing that they're opting to go for here with Porkzilla, just trusting that he'll be able to find the next man that's open.
Oh, ball in the back post, though, a little bit too heavy, so Creed will be able to pick it up. Curtis is an option far forward, and that ball will thread its way through. It's a 1v1, but Porkzilla has just about been able to get himself back in time. There is the equalizer they've been looking for. It's been quite some time for that mark. But the 10-minute format, this is what it favors. The comeback potential, the wonderful counter-attack. And now just 4 minutes to spare between these two teams. And it feels like a complete match reset.
Complete match reset is exactly the way I would describe that, Sir Pegasus, because it really felt like for a majority there, the momentum was in favor of Str1ve, but all it takes is one little opening, one little mistake, and Curtis, brilliant patience there to be able to create that goal. It was basically a 1v3 there for a majority of it, but Str1ve back here on a quick counterattack. Crux is going to take us all the way down the wall, gets his infield towards Str1ve, but not able to get it on target just yet. Still, ball in play. Ghastly decides to play this back to the keeper, and we'll see what can Orion make out of this.
Letao does find Creed back post. Vixie has some space, looks to try and take it off that back wall. Instead, Keystar will control. Porkzilla now has options to launch this ball forward. There was space there for Crux, and Neuro's also given himself a fair bit of a gap. Trupski beats his man, and well, the strike was on target, but for Letao, the absolute brick wall for Orion. That's not going to be a tough feat to try and keep that ball out. He controls it yet again, and he's just waiting for the player to go too high on the ball. It's a step up from Creed. He wants to be that option, and the final 2 were available inside, but that connection just couldn't quite be made. The defense was able to lock themselves down. Now it's Keystar's turn, and already you see a faster pace coming from the side of Str1ve. They're not looking to settle for the draw.
A lot more aggression there as well. Keystar all the way up towards that midline as the keeper, just trusting that he'll be able to find that opening there, really trying to force the issue here for Orion. A little bit of a battle will ensue here in the corner. Curtis comes away with it, finds Creed, trying to pass it up to Vixie, but a little too far ahead. Instead, it's Porkzilla that's able to pick the pocket there, and Keystar once again will be able to create this offensive push for Str1ve.
And I'm seeing a little bit of a difference compared to what we've been used to seeing in a lot of rematch games. It hasn't been 4 players forward and the goalkeeper stays back. You've actually seen Porkzilla anchor very hard with Keystar in a lot of these offensive opportunities, and they spread themselves very wide, and you have to ensure that all those passes are just pure perfection when you're playing a style like that, because the wider you play, the more open, of course, that centre is going to be. And if you are able to lose the ball in any of those positions, you are going to have a very, very tough time moving forward. Ghastly to Letao. Despite the 10 minutes of time, we're already down to our final 1. Only 2 goals being scored, equally split down the middle. It is essentially golden goal period, and we are seeing a player trying to make the most of it with those quick dribbles, but eventually runs out of stamina. Is absolutely crowded by the Str1ve defense. And now the 60 seconds call is made. Porkzilla has an option for Keystar. This is potential to be their last attack.
This really comes down to the question, Sir Pegasus, we asked on the desk. Do you throw the kitchen sink at this? Do you try to just take the points that you can? Porkzilla still looking for a teammate. Str1ve is well defended here by Orion, but it allows him a lot of room downfield. Instead, just plays this back towards Kia Star. Vixie, though, charging him down, being strung from corner to corner. And it looks like Str1ve might be hoping that they can just kill this clock down for one final attack. Here it finally comes in. Porkzilla towards the box, gets it up to Kruk, but it's a brilliant save. Final 10 flashing on our screen for all to see. Does Orion have what it takes to put this away, or are we going to end here in a draw? Final possession. Gasly up to Curtis here in the corner. Porkzilla, he's going to steal this one away, and I think it should have sealed the game, but it seems that Orion managed to hold on for now.
This is going to be very stressful. And if you are on the side of Str1ve, you've got nothing to play for here. It is just pure survival. Creed will catch the player inside. Curtis pops it up, and Vixie ends up hitting that backboard. Porkzilla just has to make a touch. The first game will land as a draw. And it was a comeback from Orion to make it happen. But we were so close to having a 90+4 style goal for Str1ve.